Hi, welcome to this another wonderful session of Cat Question of the Day, and this is Kamal Huya, your companion in this journey. So this time is a question from geometry, a small question from geometry, cute triangles. All right. So smallest triangle is the name of the question, and I'm sure you have tried it, and I'm sure that many of you have given a lot of wrong answers, a lot of ideas may have come up. So this is your another opportunity. Please take some time, pause your video or something, whatever way you wish, but try to answer the question on your own first, and after that we shall discuss it. Your time starts now. Okay, Bhaiya, so I hope you have seen it. Now let's go about it. It says two sides of a triangle have lengths greater than 2025 each. ठीक है, तो एक triangle में तीन sides होती हैं, all of you know that, right? We are having certain examples of triangles here which are shown in the diagram. So we have three sides, and out of which it is mentioned that two sides, right? Two sides of a triangle have lengths greater than 2025 each. So whatever units there are, तो 2025 से ज्यादा लेंथ है दो साइड्स की. What about third side? That has not been mentioned. So that is flexible. By the way, these two sides are also given to be having a length greater than 2025. Exactly how much, that has not been mentioned, right? So minimum value has been mentioned in that way कि 2025 से तो ज्यादा ही होना है. ठीक है ना? That is the thing mentioned so far. Let's read further. Now that's it. That was the information. Now question says what could be its smallest area? किसका smallest area? उस triangle का, right? We are talking about the triangles whose two sides are greater than 2025 each. So question is what could be its smallest area if each of its vertices has integer coordinates. So we have one more condition here, that each of the vertices of this triangle, they have integer coordinates. Now what does it mean, integer coordinates? Let's see it now. So let's see it now. So you have tried it already, and maybe some of you have got the answer, and maybe some of you are still struck how to go about it. Actually, there is not much information, right? There are only two information, one numerical information, which was just an idea of the length of the sides should be greater than 2025, or two of them, right? The two sides of this triangle, they have length greater than 2025, right? That was one condition. And second condition was that each of the vertices has integer coordinates. Let's first talk about this integer coordinates. इसका क्या मतलब है integer coordinates? So in a graph paper, if you see, let me draw a small graph for you. इसी yellow से बना लेते हैं, या do I have any lighter color? Let's use yellow only, no problem. Let's use yellow only. So if I draw, this is a line here, this is another line, this is another line. Let's say they are at a gap of 1 unit each, right? 1 unit each. So if this was the x-axis, so x is 0, the value of y is 0, y is 1, height 2, 3, 4, like that. So that is at a gap of 1 unit each, right? And same way, there would be vertical segments also. They're also at a gap of 1 each. So wherever they are intersecting, basically these are called the integer coordinates. Are you getting that? These are called the integer coordinates. What does it mean? It means that if you are going to write their coordinates according to the coordinate system, so if this is being the x-axis, so this is x unit 1 and y coordinate is 0, right? If this is x-axis, if this is origin, if I assume it to be origin, then this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Let me mention that. Let's say this is y-axis and this one is x-axis. Okay? So it could be extended on the other sides as well. Just we are taking an idea what is the meaning of integer coordinates. So integer coordinates means that at a gap of integral x units and integral y units, basically at the intersection of these vertical and horizontal lines. So only these are the allowed intersections which can act as the vertices of the coordinates, vertices of the triangles. So vertices has integer coordinates, right? तो जो हमारे ट्रायंगल के वर्टिसेस होने वाले हैं, they are going to be placed at these vertices only. Okay, ठीक है. I hope that has been understood. That's almost clear, right? But our objective is to find out the smallest area. Can you tell me how do we find area of a triangle? The simplest way you can find out area of a triangle. area of a triangle is half base into height, right? You studied this is in the I think 6th or 7th class for the first time in your schooling, right? 6th or 7th class you study that area of a triangle is given by half into base into height. Is that true, sir? Yes, certainly. Okay, our objective here is to find out the smallest area. So if I want to minimize this area, so what about base and height? What do you say? We should increase their value or decrease their value? Because by the way, we do not have any exact numerical value other than this lower limit of the two sides, right? So we can modify them. So you tell me, what should be the values of base and height? Should they be minimized or should they be increased? Of course, minimize, because we want the area to be reduced. We want the smallest area. So base should be smallest, height should be smallest, isn't it? Okay. And we know that the vertices we are to choose from these intersections only. So can you tell me what minimum value of base could be if you are having this constraint कि मुझे base इन्हीं में से choose करना है, मुझे vertices इन्हीं intersections में से ही choose करने हैं, तो what could be the minimum value of base? Yes, it is going to be 1, right? 1 से कम तो नहीं हो सकता ना? But I'm sure you are doubtful. Sir, 1 भी कैसे हो सकता है? चलो मान लो यार, एक बार मान लेते हैं, एक बार मान लेते हैं. Some of you are constrained, some of you are worried about this constraint of 2025 actually, but leave it for the time being. अगर इसको एक बार के लिए भूल जाएं, तो बेस की मिनिमम लेंथ क्या हो सकती है? So that we are having all the vertices with these integer coordinates. So yes, it could be 1, and it will be possible when the two adjacent vertices, two adjacent these intersection points have been chosen as the vertices of our triangle. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. उस बात को बाद में देखते हैं, right? We will check that point of 2025 later. So let me check. अगर मैं इसको यहाँ पे लेता हूँ, say this is my one vertex of the triangle. This is another vertex of the triangle. So this side length becomes 1. Yes or no? Right? This base becomes 1. And this constraint has been satisfied that each of the vertices has integer coordinates. तो कम से कम इन दोनों का दो vertices आ गए integer coordinate वाला, and this base length has also become 1, which is minimum possible. It cannot be less than that. Of course, when we are to choose the vertices out of these intersections only, तो 1 से कम तो कैसे ही कर सकते हो, right? अगर मैं diagonally भी जाऊंगा तो 1 से बढ़ने ही वाला है. तो 1 is the smallest length possible for base. Okay, so base has become 1 now. Base has become 1. This half तो था ही. अब बारी है height की. Height को कम करना है. Now some of you can think height को भी 1 कर दो. लेकिन सर हमें इस constraint का भी ध्यान देना है ना. Can we make height also 1? By the way, if we are able to do that, would be the best situation. Yes or no? Yes, that would be the best situation, because अगर height भी 1 हो जाएगी, that will be certainly the minimum value possible for the area. But height 1 कैसे करें? We want the other two lengths to be 2025. By the way, listen carefully. अगर मुझे height 1 करना है, so the third vertex should be in this line, right? The third vertex should be chosen from the vertices of this horizontal line here, isn't it? Yes. तो अगर मैं third vertex यहाँ choose कर लेता हूँ, my height would become 1. But the other two sides, the two sides whose length are greater than 2025, that constraint will not be satisfied, है ना? That would be a problem. तो यहाँ के बजाय इसको आगे ले चलते हैं, आगे ले चले या और आगे ले चले, तो भी हाइट तो 1 ही रहने वाली है ना. In all the cases, this height is going to be 1. This height is going to be 1. So now third vertex, should I choose here or here or here or here or here? That doesn't matter. Height will remain 1, right? But what you are seeing? Are you seeing about the length of the other two sides? What is happening? If I was choosing the third vertex here, or if I'm choosing the third vertex here, what is the difference in the length of the other two sides? It is increasing, isn't it? So initially in this case, the two sides were having the length 1 and root 2. But gradually as I'm moving further, so the length of the remaining two sides is increasing. अब आप सोचो, अगर मैं इसको let's say 2000 or maybe 5000 vertices दूर ले जाऊं, let's say at 5000, at a gap of 5000 approximately, I'm saying, just let's say if I take it at a gap of 5000 vertices from this point, यहां से 5000 units दूर ले जाता हूं. Let's say this is the third vertex. This is the third vertex on the same point, on the same extended line. On the same extended line. Now, what will be the situation If I take this point as the third vertex, now it will be difficult to draw, I know that, but you can understand, you are all sharp students here. If I join that, of course it will be, as I already mentioned, it will be difficult to draw that, but you can understand this, what is happening. So this is an obtuse angle triangle looking very, very thin, very, very patly triangle, and it is having these two inclined side lengths, certainly much, much more than 2025, and base has been capped as 1, height has also been capped as 1, and all the three vertices have integer coordinates, isn't it? So that means we have achieved the height also as 1. So the minimum area which we are looking for is simply half into 1 into 1, that is 1 by 2 or 0.5. Fine. So this is indeed the smallest or minimum possible area for this triangle with all these constraints, right? So this was question purely of your intellect, how you are able to visualize the things. If you are unable to visualize, you can come up with various answers. I'm sure 1012, 1012.5, something like that. There would be many answers. Right? But if you are able to think that how you can do it, so you need to just visualize it. Otherwise, there is no shortcut. अरे बाबा, दिमाग यूज करने का कोई शॉर्टकट होता है क्या? दिमाग यूज करने का एक ही तरीका है, यूज करो. Alright, use karo. So the more you use your intelligence and sharpen, it will become. I have said it many times and I will keep on repeating it. Thank you very much. All the best.